What's up guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I want to talk about the real reason why I got started here on YouTube, because the whole reason why I did this was not just to compare America versus Sweden. I know you guys love that content, so I've been creating a ton of it, and I actually love to talk about it and document my experiences as I experience life here in Sweden. So it's fun for me to make, but I don't want to lose sight of the real reason why I started on YouTube in the first place, and I'm going to cover that reason here in this video. So for those of you that have been following my story, you know that my life changed completely when I met a Swedish girl who was in America working as an au pair. When I saw this girl who was experiencing life in America for the first time and traveling to all these new places that were completely foreign for her, it was amazing to see like how much fun she was having, experiencing and doing all these new things. And it was a real inspiration for me to travel the world and get to see more of the little bubble that I was living in America. I was really inspired seeing her do all these experiences. And when I saw that she was having this opportunity to travel and do all these things, I was selfish and I wanted to find a way that I could do this myself. So at that time, I was studying, finishing up my master's in teaching, but after seeing her experiencing and doing these things, I was thinking, okay, maybe I don't necessarily want to do this whole teaching thing, because everybody else in my class at that time was basically doing the master's in teaching and they wanted to get jobs in the Vancouver, Portland area where I grew up and I had been my whole life. And seeing what she was doing, I was like, okay, maybe this actually isn't for me. Like, I love teaching, I love working with kids, but I want to go experience the world. I'm way too young to settle down. I was 22 years old at the time, and I want to get out there and experience as much as possible. So while I was finishing my master's in teaching, I was watching a ton of YouTube videos, a ton of things like, how are there people out there that are influencers that are just traveling the world full-time for themselves? Like, I read books about it. I read The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. I learned all these marketing strategies and things that people were doing. Like, how is it that I can watch like Sam Colder on YouTube and he's traveling to like exotic locations every week? I'm like, wow, I want to go do that. I want to go do cool stuff like what these people are doing. So I just completely immersed myself in learning about how to start an online business, how to work for yourself, because if you own and operate an online business, you can work from anywhere in the world. And I was just inspired by this concept. So I started my first online business. At that time, I was coaching soccer. My parents are both soccer coaches that have coached soccer for 50 years combined. And so I was like, okay, I'll start my business around coaching soccer. So I made a website. I posted all of the top drills and things that I was doing with my team. And it was like pretty good for my first attempt at an online business. I think after 4 or 5 months, I was getting like 3,000 or 4,000 visitors a month to my website. But I realized that this online business was not going to be enough for me to support myself and travel the world, because time was running out for me. My master's in teaching program was done in a couple months. My girlfriend, Lynn, was moving back to Sweden because her au pair visa time was about to expire. And so I had to come up with a way to travel the world quick, or this whole dream of mine wasn't going to happen. And I was going to have to settle down and teach just so that I could make money and support myself. And so I was getting really frustrated because I was getting a little bit of success with this, but it was not nearly enough to travel. And so I wanted to start to think outside of the box. This was a time in my life where I was very lost, very confused. I wasn't sure if I wanted to teach. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, really. And Lynn and I were talking every day after she had gone back to Sweden, and she says, hey, why don't you look and see if you can find a job here in Sweden where you can speak English? A lot of people here in Sweden speak great English. And I was thinking, you know what? That is a great idea. I would love to come to Sweden. It's a new country. It's a new place. It's me experiencing a ton of new things. And I thought, all right, you know what? I'm going to go into Google, search on Google, jobs in Sweden where I could speak English. I wasn't even necessarily looking for a teaching job. I just wanted to go experience another part of the world. And when I saw an ad for a job for an English-speaking PE teacher, after I had been studying to become a PE teacher in America, I knew it was fate for me to come here. I emailed the principal, I Skyped him, got the job, and I was like, wow, this is happening. I'm gonna move to Sweden. And it was just an absolutely like really cool moment, like one of the coolest moments of my life to say like, wow, I'm gonna be moving to a foreign country. This is what I've wanted. I've wanted to travel, and it's literally the perfect job for me to go to a foreign country and teach. So this was kind of a way for me to travel and experience another part of the world without having figured out the whole financial thing, because that soccer business that I was trying to start was not going to be enough to support me. And this is where YouTube comes in, because just because I got a teaching job here in Sweden, it doesn't mean that I've given up on those goals and dreams to own and run an online business. I think that has always been my number one goal, is to run a business online where I can support myself and travel and experience different things. Like, Sweden is not where my story ends. I mean, I know you guys love seeing me experience Sweden, but I just feel like I'm way too young to settle down. I love living in Sweden. I could definitely see myself settling down and living in Sweden. I could definitely see myself settling down and living in America. I think they are both amazing countries. But I'm so young. There's so much of the world that I want to see, that I want to go move around and check out maybe some other countries in Europe, or maybe go study a year in Australia. And like, for me, I started to do this YouTube stuff because I want to find a way to make passive income where I can support myself if I want to go travel and experience different places. And so I've been taking YouTube extremely seriously. I want to produce amazing quality content that people are going to want to follow and consume and enjoy. I've been investing in equipment. I've been doing all these things, and I finally see that it's starting to pay off thanks to you guys that have been watching this. It's absolutely just mind-blowing to me that this channel has grown as fast as it did. When I started my goals for YouTube at the beginning of the year last year, I was like, wow, if I could just get to 10,000 subscribers in a year's time, I would have a really, really good start to this. And we did that in just a few months. It's just absolutely mind-blowing to me. And it's really, really made me realize that I want to pursue this making video stuff full time, because it could potentially lead to that goals and dreams of mine of being able to travel and work from anywhere in the world. And that's why I talked to my principal. This is where I have a little bit of an announcement for you guys coming in. And I do have to say first off that the job that I've been working at here in Sweden is absolutely amazing. Like, we just had our end of the year dinner and stuff with the 9th graders that were graduating not too long ago. And it really, really hit home. Like, the relationship that I had with these kids, those kids were absolutely amazing. And it really, really made me appreciate, like, and just see how they viewed me, and like see the difference that I made in their lives. It's just been an absolutely amazing experience working here. The staff that I work with is awesome. But at the same time, to do this YouTube thing to the best of my abilities and work 5 days a week has just been really, really difficult, because I'll get home from work at like 5 o'clock sometimes and then edit videos for another 5 hours and then not go to bed until like 10 at night. Not to mention like trying to spend time with my girlfriend or like have a social life of my own. Like, it's been really, really challenging. So I talked to my principal. We sat down and had a heart-to-heart about all these things that are going on in my life. And we both agreed that if I were to work part-time next year, I could continue to do the job that I'm doing at the school, which I absolutely love. I do not want to give that up at all. Like, I love working with the kids. I love my colleagues. But at the same time, it'll give me a little bit more time to work on making these videos, producing YouTube content for you guys. And I'm also going to try to start to make videos for businesses and stuff to just take my video skills to even higher levels. And that is what I wanted to tell you guys. Next year, I will be working 60% at my current job. And what that means is I work 3 days a week, and I've got 4 days to just focus on YouTube, creating videos, getting better at the skill, and just going full after my dream of running and operating an online business.